Years ago in 1960, Shakespeare used to tell his kids, heaven smiles upon the Irish, but gives the money to the yids. See that girl at yonder corner, she is rich as you can guess. Once upon a time she'd nothing, now that girl's got twice as less. And though she suffers with good health, pity her in all her wealth. She was happier when she was poor, though for years she'd the wolf at the door. But the wolf got so tired of being out on the mat, one night he came in and had pups in her hat. Now she lives in a mansion in Limehouse, her 6 double chins reach the floor. She's got a red nose 'cause too freely she's whined. Through eating too much there's a load on her mind. There's a red light in front and a pillion behind. She was happier when she was poor. She was once a village maiden, down in Aldershot, it's true. When the soldier spoke, she'd answer, thank you and the same to you. Have they made her what she isn't? We have got to face this fact. She was once a fashion plate, but now her cup and saucer's cracked. Now so wealthy she has got, all her crockery's gone to pot. She was happier when she was poor, when she only weighed 7 stone 4. Now she's 18 stone 6 and as fat as can be, where the mountains of Mourne roll down to the sea. Each day in a large beauty parlor, they iron out her wrinkles galore. They massage her annex and make up a spire, and with a punk roller they've punctured her tire. So now when she gargles, her tonsils backfire. She was happier when she was poor. She was happier when she was poor, in a cottage on Old Ilkley Moor. She lived in a room that was just 4 by 2, her left leg in bed and her right up the flue. She slept in a bell-bottom nightdress, now she has silk pajamas galore. She's got a swell suit trimmed with butterflies bright. She wore them one night, but her husband got tight, and the rascal went butterfly catching all night. She was happier when she was poor. The only girl I've ever loved was Aggie. I loved that girl for 7 years or more. So I went to the house and asked for Aggie, and the landlady who met me at the door said Aggie doesn't live here anymore. She went singing in the street, she got so poor. She'd warble Annie Laurie just to earn enough for meals. She was singing Annie Laurie in the streets at Galashiels, when a lorry ran over Aggie, and now she's singing Wagon Wheel. But Aggie doesn't live here anymore. The only girl I've ever loved was Sally. I loved that girl since 1893. So I went seeking Sally down the alley, and a grey-haired mother came and said to me, Sally doesn't live here anymore. She joined the circus troupe and went on tour. She married the human skeleton. On Sally he was sweet. He hadn't got a bit of flesh, all bones from head to feet. And Sally's tried her hardest, but she can't make both ends meet. So Sally doesn't live here anymore. The only girl I've ever loved was Rosie. She used to be a dancer in review. So I went to the hall and asked for Rosie, and the stage doorkeeper said, I'm telling you, Rosie doesn't dance here anymore. They had a gas escape in number 4. We heard a loud explosion and poor Rose was blown to bits. One ear came down in rugby and in crew the part that sits. We found one leg in Bradford, so we know she's done the splits. But Rosie doesn't dance here anymore. The only girl I've ever loved was Louie. As a golfer, Louie made herself a name. So I went to the links and asked for Louie. They said she's gone and she's played her last game. And Louie doesn't golf here anymore. She married some old boy of 94. He'd got a long white flowing beard, it looked like yards of fluff. They went upon their honeymoon, but Louie's luck was tough. For when she jumped in bed at night, she got lost in the rough. And Louie doesn't golf here anymore. The only girl I've ever loved was Nellie. In a cafe, Nellie used to lead the band. So I went to the cafe seeking Nellie, and the boss said Nellie quite got out of hand. So Nellie don't conduct here anymore. She couldn't beat in time, and what is more, each time she used to lead the band, her beats went all astray. We had to sack poor Nellie, but we've had a note to say she's in Leicester Square and now her beat's improving every day. But Nellie don't conduct here anymore. Tiddly push.